What's going on, guys? Cameron back again from Attack on Anime, and as promised, season wrap-up is back. For those of you who don't know, season wrap-up is where I take something from the current ending anime season and I do a quick series review on it. I usually do like a no spoiler part, and then at the end of the video I'll go into a little spoiler section. But since this is for Ajin season 2, I'm just gonna go straight into my spoiler section and just talk about everything. And now that I'm caught up on the manga, I'm not gonna spoil things for the manga, but I will be doing slight comparisons of telling you where things just went completely different. There were certain things that were added into this season of the anime that weren't in the manga, and there were certain things that were awesome in the manga that they had to leave out because I guess like timing and trying to keep everything down to 13 episodes. But still, it was certain things that they like cut loose that I was just like, man, I would have loved to see this added in and just see this explored and see it animated, because in the manga it was so awesome to see. So as we start off, we see Sato making his major threat of he's gonna kill these 15 people, and this will serve as a countdown of how long the country pretty much has to surrender, or else he's gonna take over the entire country. This season, while I did say I do like the manga better, this season was just straight awesome. It reminded me why I love Sato so much as a villain, because this dude is tactical and he just treats everything like it's a major game. Everything to him is a game, and the harder the game, the more satisfaction he gets when he beats it. Sato is the type of villain that if things are moving too easily for him, he'll give you like hints or even tell you specifically when and where he's gonna do something. So I loved seeing him throughout the season, just like pretty much getting into his head. He's not the type of person that sees an end game. He wants the game to keep going forever. He went so far as to bring the US military into it. He was just like, you know what? Japan's army isn't fun enough to play with. I want to bring the US military over here, have some fun with their army, and if I can beat both of them, that would just make me even better. Plus taking over the country. And by the end, you realize he doesn't even care about the safety of Ajin or civil rights for Ajin. He just wants to have fun. And just as much as Sato was developing this season, Kei developing with not only getting better control of his ghost, but trying to come to terms with his own emotions. Because as I've been telling people when I explain them this anime, like Kei is, for lack of a better term, he's just an asshole. But there's certain times where he slips up and he just has these like unknowing emotions and he can't really understand them. And there was a part that they left out from the manga that really expands upon that and actually touches on it. And it's a conversation that he has with his mother after he's pretty much given up. Like, they showed him give up in the anime, but after he gives up, he goes to have a conversation with his mom. And I won't spoil what the conversation really was, but it definitely gives you better insight into where Kei's like lack of emotion comes from, and just the small smidgen of where his emotion kind of comes from. The thing I like they did in the anime is when they're talking about his dad and how his dad was like nice and lost everything because he was nice for that one time. He risked his entire career, his money, his marriage, everything, just on that one patient of his. So I like how they did still kind of touch on it, but the conversation with his mom definitely went better in depth of why he is having these like conflicting emotions. And let's talk about Izumi. Izumi was awesome oh my god. The only complaint I have is just like I said about Kei's thing, they left parts out of her backstory. Like, her stepdad tried to rape her. She was having issues with her cheating boyfriend. There was so much building on that up until the part where she was like laying down naked in the bathroom that they kind of just left out. That kind of would have made it more impactful. But like I said with Kei, they added something into her story that wasn't in the manga. That whole confrontation with the other Ajin from America, the female Ajin she gave freedom to, I thought that part was really powerful, and it actually made up for leaving parts of her backstory out. When they exchange memories, you see that Tosaki is actually giving her a choice, like saying, this is your option, you can have this agreement with me. But for the other Ajin, it was just like, this is what you're gonna do, these are your orders, this is what you're told to do, and if you don't do what I say, I'll inject you with this, and you just can't breathe. So, your choice. Speaking of that drug, that interrogation scene was not in the manga. So seeing that scene, and I was just like, oh my god, these Americans are intense. Like, I feel like that was the Japanese kind of getting their view on sometimes what they view America to be like. They're not entirely wrong, but it's still cool to see that intense scene, and seeing that the Ajin didn't really want to go along with it, and it led up to a great moment where she decided, hey, I have my freedom, I'm just going to shoot this guy, end it, and run away. So, like I said, it bulked up Izumi's backstory, and it definitely fleshed out her and Tosaki's relationship better than in the manga, I can say that personally. And let's talk about Kaito, the Dropkick King. Oh my god, I love the parts. Just seeing him, he did 2 drop kicks. 2 drop kicks. I was just like, why is that your go-to move? But it's still awesome every time I see him. This dude is selfless, willing to give himself up to pretty much protect the weak and protect anyone that he views as a friend. To the point where he befriends not 1 but 2 Ajin. So I just feel like Kaito's character is really amazing, and I really want to see him develop more in the next season, because as we see at the end, Sato is just a master planner. He plans for literally everything. This dude was ready. He was just like, okay, I'm ready for the second playthrough. And what I thought he meant by that was, I thought he purposely got arrested by the Americans so he can go to America and start this whole second playthrough of his and take over America, and maybe Kay would have to go over there and stop him or something like that. That could possibly still happen, but since they were like over the sea, I was just like, is he gonna come back? Is he like not done with Japan yet? He's like, I'll do Japan and then go to America and then maybe the world, because we all know Sato, like I said, has no real end game. So he's just like, I'm just gonna keep going until the world is at my feet. So now the manga and the anime are probably gonna diverge onto 2 different paths. So reading the manga and seeing that develop and seeing what that final wave is gonna be like, and then seeing Sato's second playthrough start is gonna be really, really awesome to see. And to end things off, I'm gonna talk about what my favorite part is, and I hope you guys will comment down below what your favorite part is, because I really want to know. But my favorite part was seeing Kay definitely get into Sato's head, because Sato said, I hate people that interrupt my game. And what makes me surprised about that is, this whole time, the US military, Japan's military, secret organizations, underground teams, all of them have been trying to get in Sato's way, but he loves that. That gives him a thrill. But Kay is so much, he's like, for comparison purposes, it's like Carl from The Walking Dead to Negan. He's just that one step away from being the same as Sato, and I love seeing it. And Sato can definitely see the potential in him. So seeing Kay being able to get into his head is just really, really exhilarating, and I can't wait to see the next season, because then I'm gonna be like, okay, what is Kay gonna do now? Like, is it going to be a time skip? Is Kay going to definitely step up his game, get better control over his ghost? Maybe even be able to control a flood situation so he can like do that maybe every like once a month or something. Just, I don't know. There's so many things that they can do now, because now that they're past the manga, like it's just like open game now. So I can't wait to see where they go with this. But like I said, let me know your favorite part in the comments down below, and stay tuned until next time, guys. Peace.